Uncle Mark here, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, nice to have you with us. If you're regular to the channel, thank you for joining us too. What we're going to do is talk about, maybe you've got one of these Impalas. This could work with some other vehicles too. You can't get the trunk open, your remote doesn't work, and it's not the remote's fault, and you can't open this because there's no key. And if you have a button in the inside, which you probably do, that doesn't seem to trigger this either. So it's probably the latch in here, but how do you get in here? I'm going to show you how. It's going to be pretty easy, and we'll even do a little bit of testing on the latch to make sure it's the latch or is it some wiring. Just about anybody can do it. If you're regular to the channel, you know that I usually do a fairly in-depth step-by-step video. It should be very easy. It's only going to use a couple tools, and if you follow this, you should be able to change that yourself. Just doesn't really matter who you are. If you have a teeny bit of skill, you can do it too. Enjoy the video.
So you get you down here, and you give this a pull. Just see how that hook's in there? Just pivots. Go to the other side here now. There you go. And it just pulls up.
That should just, the whole thing should pull up. Let's go back to the other side. Put you back down here.
This is fairly easy to do. It's not very heavy. Lift the whole thing up now, and it'll just pull out. There you go. It weighs absolutely nothing.
I don't know if it weighs, doesn't even weigh 20 pounds.
Okay, now if we go back in the car and take a look at these bolts here. So you'll see there's a nut here and a nut on that side. Let's work on those, take them out. There's a 10mm bolt, so you just undo them. So bolt, and
So it's a little bolt and a nut all together. That's somewhere where we won't lose it.
the same with this one here. It's like once you loosen it a little bit, it's hardly hanging on. Oh, don't lose that. And then this should pop up. You want to take the seat belt and just pull it out or behind, because this is going to lift up. So I would just lift and set the seat belt behind there. Move you over to this side, same thing. Lift on the bottom, and it should. These seat belts are going to be in the way, so just pull them around the back. It's going to be the same with this one. It's going to go all the way. Not very heavy. Wow.
There we go.
More like a sound deadener. Actually, we don't even have to remove it. We can just get in right there. But for taping purposes, maybe I can get it to sit up there. There you go. And then let's climb in. It's not that hard to do. I can see it too. You can kind of see it glowing there. Oh, let's go in the trunk. If you're scared of the dark. It's kind of sitting kind of funny. There you go. Just put your fingers around it. They make it seem so easy, right, in the movies. Oh, there we go. Scotty. He's a little smaller than I am. Anyway. There you go. Now the problem, let's take a look. It's going to be with this thing here. If you've seen the video I had before, we can pop these off and get at it, and we'll maybe see if we can test it, see what's wrong with it. But what I did is I pulled this thing, which is a manual release, and you can kind of see something moving there. Because there is no keyhole for these things, right? You're really hooped if it doesn't open. And that's electronic or electrically opened otherwise. Now, last time we tried them from the front, but if you're not worried about scratching the back, you could probably just stick it in behind, whatever you've got there, and pull. Ugh, look at that. One on this side here. I'm just gonna go in the back. This is way faster than what we tried before. Then this, if you remember, just lifts over that. And there's one on this side and there's a plug up in here. Should just pop off. There you go. And we'll take a look and see what we've got here. Oh my. We'll come around here, I'll try and show you what it looks like inside. Should be a plug here. And if we can undo it, I can't really see. Put you up into there. Can you see where this plug is? Where is it? Oh, it's on this side. I can't really see what it is. Yeah, let's move you around. Goodness. So it's kind of hard to see, but it looks like let's just feel something. Not sure what I'm pulling and pushing. Oh, it's a wire. Bear with me, guys. Oh, I'm trying to see while I'm doing this. We have to come from this side, squeeze it maybe. Is there one on the top? Oh, goodness. Well, let's take this out and we can look at it. 2 bolts there, and there's one right here. Let's get them off. Looks like they're tins, just like the other ones were. One nice thing is I don't think it really has any adjustment to it. As far as I know, looks like it just pops in, so let's just pop them out. Lots of guys will show you how to replace this, but they won't show you how to get in the trunk. Let's go underneath here. Okay, now it's got a couple tabs on top here we're gonna have to push. I'm just gonna do that and push it down. Come on. And let it go inside. There you go. So push that through, pull it out. There we go. There's the whole unit. Let's get close. So 4 wires. Oh my goodness. How does 4 wires work? I'm going to test that for 4 wires. Anybody know? You see how this thing works when you're in the trunk. If you pull this, it pulls this thing apart like that. Seems to have some little micro switches too. Interesting enough. Huh. Now just because it doesn't open, let's test it to see that it's not a wire broken. You know, it could be this, but what if this wire is broken here somewhere? Could be pinched or something. It doesn't look like it can, but who knows, right? Weirder things have happened. So we basically want to know if there's power coming to here or not, but there's so many. It's a white, there's maybe 2 blacks.
Yeah. Got my trusty little tool here again. I don't know, can you see the numbers? A little bit bright. I wonder if you can see it there maybe. No? So sorry guys. I just want to see if... So it looks like that's the ground. That's oh, that's interesting. So if we get in close, it looks like the middle top one there is, it's a ground. Looks like this one's hot. And then, I don't know what this one is. One of them senses and one of them must, this is hot all the time, okay. So I guess all we need to find out is what this one does and what this one does. Because this one works. Ground, right? And this is hot. Let's get Mrs. Mark. She can press the button. Okay, can you press it? It doesn't do it.
Let go or?
Yeah, let go.
Okay, well it's in.
Press it again.
So,
It should be. This one right here?
yep,
No,
in.
no, this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a cruise button or something. Just a minute. Okay, try it. Okay. And want to try that one?
Which one?
Press it again. Okay. So this one seems to be our power. Can you just press it one more time? Press it again. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll write a diagram here. So we said this end one, which is the brown, right? It's kind of a light brown with a white, is power when the switch is pressed. This next one is a ground, which is just a straight block. I think so. Hard to see here. Is there two straight blocks or is that a black and a white? Hard to see. Power when a switch is applied is this light brown one. I think it's a black, which is always on. I think this is a sensor and this one is always hot, the red one. If you can test those, I'll put a link in the description to this little thing. You can actually power stuff up if you want, or ground stuff. Cool. You can also hurt stuff. And I can see why this, I thought it was just a solenoid, but it actually looks like a little motor with a cam, and it must run and slowly move something somewhere. I'm going to try and plug it in and just see if we can get it to do something for you. Looks like it only goes on one way. So we hang it like that. And I press the button. Should see something happen. Did it do anything? Part of the problem, I think, is it thinks it's open. Let's close it. There you go. Can we leave that there? No. I'm going to stick that in there to simulate it being locked. Let's get you this way. That should probably move, and this should probably fall. That's our experiment. I heard it fall. Understand how it works now? Well, if we move you back on this side, let's do this one more time, then we'll put it back together. Just bear with me. Good to know how this thing works, isn't it? We'll lock it again. We'll sit it there and it shouldn't jump around. See if that moves any slower or any faster. It'd be pretty quick, I would think. You could hear it zing. Maybe we can try in slow motion. And stand it up. Get you in there. Get a nice light into the whole situation here. All right, one more time. We didn't lock it, right? Goodness sake. Okay. Well, actually, this might even be better from this side, like this. There we go. Now you know how it works. Let's put it together. Now let's back you up. Well, I guess we don't have to back you up very far. Let's just put you... Where did we have you before? Was it like that? Something like that. So, need my little screwdriver to take this apart again. Actually, it looks like it's broken. I think somebody's been in here once before. Unless I broke it. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. Ow! It's also possible that that isn't good for it. Okay. The tabs. Remember those tabs here that we have to push? They go, it goes like this, up into here. And I guess what we could do, before we put it back in, let's snap this back in here. Be a lot easier. And then it goes back in this way. And it's got to push all the way through and snap. There. Whoa, there was some paint. Yeah, wonderful GM paint. Doesn't matter what brand of vehicle, it's all junk. Right? Just junk. One goes there. This one. And go in there. Looks like there is a little bit of adjustment, maybe. And then this one down at the bottom. Maybe there is no adjustment. In the weird ways, then you can see what I'm doing. Whoa, there goes a light. There goes my other light. All right, down here, let's do this one. And the smart thing to do, I know, you're saying, but Uncle Mark, it's Uncle Mark. We're gonna lock it. See, it's locked. Just make sure it works, or we start again. Sounds like it works. So anyway, did a little bit of testing to the wires, so you hopefully can test from that. And otherwise, if this is either maybe humming or something and it's not opening, you know it's probably that, and I don't know what that thing's worth, but easy enough. Let's put everything back together here. This guy, I guess let's do it properly. He's supposed to stick out like a sore thumb or something. In case you're locked in the trunk of your own trunk, then you just pull it and it'll unlock that mechanically. Yeah. Let's put this whole thing back together now. Ooh, I need to clean that a little bit. Looks worse in the video. Before I forget, I found the other two here. This one goes on this side. Come on. Hard to see what you're doing. It's that easy, is it? There you go. The other goes here. Put this back with the tire. I just sit it there, it can rattle. Close that up, we know it works. Let's get back to the car and put that thing together. Then it should be easy. We should just
be able to put everything back in here. Put this guy down. It just hangs. Try and keep your seat belts apart because you're still gonna have to maneuver. So let's put the top back in first. Remember these hooks in the back? These have to be hooked into these pieces here, right? Not this, but up here. It'll make sense when you start putting it back in. Maybe I'll try it. Ground from this side. Should have thought of that earlier. Put these videos together and there's so much stuff like that. It's like, what angle? That angle was no good. Should you reshoot it? You want to see my lovely face, I'm sure too. Anyway, just sit them all in there and they should click in. Next thing will be to get this guy. There we go. Put the nut on. It's a 12 millimeter, right? Tighten her up. It just has to be basically, you know, not super tight. It's basically not really holding it that way, it's holding it from going up and down, right? Because it's all clicked in the top. Let's go to the other side. Do the same. You know how this is done. Let's get some lighting in here. There you go. We'll go from the other side, see if we can grab her. Same thing, maybe wiggle the seat up and down a little bit. And back on there. There you go. Now, I'm gonna put the bottom of the seat back in. Let's go from this side. It's a little bit trickier. We're gonna have to somehow sit these up. We're gonna go in these slits. So maybe just little by little. Pull that out on that side. This should be okay. This should be okay. Push it out as far as you can push it. Same on that side. Maybe I can grab it from here. And then just push those pieces down. And it'll grab. And it's done. You have to just find where you're, well, I got all tucked in. There we go. Good. Alright, I think that'll work. That one goes in there. There should be one more for this guy to click into here, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't know if I can just grab it or not. Can't even really feel it. This one doesn't bolt it right, so we just pull that. And then we'll find where it is. I got her. I got her. There you go. Put it back in, put it down. And it looks like we're good.
And is this dirt? I think it's just there. It's just a weave of the material. It's just I don't know. Not the greatest material. So hopefully you found this informative. Pretty easy to do. It just took the 10 millimeter either a wrench or socket and a ratchet. It basically does everything for you. Well, maybe something to pry apart the, what do you call it? The insulation on the inside of the trunk. Pretty simple. Why not do it yourself? Especially if you have a few tools. If you like the video, you can subscribe on the button that's blinking here or beside that button. I'll put some stuff up in the link there too on more stuff to do with Impalas. You can also check the playlist. There's an Impala playlist if you have an Impala. Just dealing with those. There's other playlists too. There's an old car one, a whole bunch of old cars. There's one on a couple trains now. And who knows what else. Check the channel out. Subscribe if you like. Give me the thumbs up. Till next time, Uncle Mark's saying, you guys stay well. Our family's doing good. Glad to see you, and I hope to see you again.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number one. Also, if you like the video, why not give me the thumbs up? Plus, please subscribe. You can just ring the bell to get all notifications. It's easy. We'll show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Uncle Mark, test. Testing 1, 2, 3.